Hey YouTube, it's your boy Widgie here, coming at you with some more Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. And I've got another casting game for you. It is Kynesie on the left-hand side of the map here, playing as the Incans, and on the right side of the map, we have Izad here playing as the Russians. And it's on one of my favorite maps, Korea. And this was sent through from Kynesie. I did ask him for a few juicy games that he's got, and he did provide this with me. And we're going to see exactly what Kynesie does. I'm not going to give too much away. It's kind of unusual, and I don't know whether or not people are going to copy this. I sometimes get a little bit nervous when I cast these kind of games, because sometimes, you know, what I cast sometimes then happens a lot more on the ladder, and people do get a little bit annoyed with your boy Widgie here. So let's have a look and see what he's doing. He's opening up with a dock here. So a lot of native civs, when you do have water maps, it can be quite nice early on to open up with a dock. This is very early, so normally other civs like Haudenosaunee, for example, you normally do like a dock. Pretty much most of the time when there's water, you'll open up with a dock with your travois if you're playing Haudenosaunee. But it looks like Kynesie here is using some of the wood that you'd normally build for your second cancher house. He's using that to immediately build the dock here, and we can see a few fishing boats are going to be underway, and he's still got a few of his villagers chopping wood. Let's have a look at the deck selection here, and we'll have a look at Izad's very shortly. So this is the 1v1 deck. Here it is. I'll do a quick pause. So the unusual thing that you're probably going to see already is this one right here, ladies and gentlemen, the Amara support here, which is the 7 Chaski, or Chaski. Let's say Chaski, right? So you get a Chaski every time you age up. It's kind of like a scout unit. You used to be able to send shipments from the Chaski. I don't believe you can do that anymore. I'm pretty certain you can't. This card right here, ladies and gents, sends you 7 of those, increases the build limit, and then buffs the HP of them, and damage against both heroes and just all-round base damage is increased. Now, we're going to see what kind of part the Chaskis play in this wreck here, ladies and gents, because Kynesie said to me that he has been kind of abusing this kind of unusual strategy. And I'm always interested to see unusual strategies, especially ones that work, because they are the scary ones, ladies and gents, and they're the ones that normally become the quote-unquote meta. So let's see how it goes. Let's have a look at Izad here. Going to be playing as the Ruskis, and he is opening up with a trade post in Age 1, which is unusual. Normally you do just see the house and the market and then the hunting dogs. So must have got quite a bit of wood in transition there, and is going to be going up with a trade post. I don't think he's going to be going for 17 villagers. I just don't think he's going to get time to queue another one. So I think he's going to age up with 14. And of course, he's getting distributivism in. Let's have a quick look at the deck here. We do have an anti-water deck. We can see that there's the caravels in Age 2 and the frigate in Age 3. And that's all he's got. That's all she wrote on his deck here. There's no kind of further upgrades for water play here. So that is simply just to deal with water. And it's quite a good shout, actually, because Kynesie has gone water. I don't know how much he's going to commit to water. He has only got 3 fishing boats. He is going for a 4th. Normally, it's around 3 or 4 ships that you do. If you are going to open up with the dock in H1, normally 3 or 4 ships, fishing boats, is kind of all you make. You tend to not make any more than that. And we can see now he's made 4. He is going to stop, and he's going to continue with the food here. And he's going to be okay. He's going to be aging up semi-decently as well, so there's no real huge issue there for him. He is going to be a bit slower, of course, but he's got that extra eco, which is really crucial. So let's have a look here back at Izad. Is going to be aging up himself, going for the quartermaster. So good old 400 wood, and we see the 3 villagers. Very, very standard. This is what I love about Russia. It's so, like, unchanged. Like, one of the, you know, most common openings, the 95% of the time you're going to be doing exactly what Izad is doing here, moving straight onto the map with 3 villagers, and you're going to be dropping a blockhouse. And that's what we're going to be seeing right now. Blockhouse is going to be going down very, very shortly. And we can see that he's got a lot of vills on wood here. He's going to continue chopping that wood, actually. I thought he would have put a blockhouse down by now, but he hasn't. I don't know whether he's going to put a house down first. I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a quick look at Kynesie here. Going to be going for the good old cancher boom. Majority of vills are going to be now over to wood, and now cancher production is underway. So, Inca was a civ I recently tried out in the Caverna Cup tournament. If you don't know what that is, Caverna, a content creator and streamer, has done his sort of 3rd series of his tournament. I got through to round 2. And I did try out Inca, and it was on the Florida map. And it didn't go particularly well. But I think I am going to revisit the Civ and give them a go in the future, because they are a very straightforward Civ with their opening and their strategy. It just takes a little bit of time to get used to them. So we can see the community plaza going down. We are going to be going for the Elder, which is the forest ceremony that you can get on the community plaza. That's going to give you a decent wood trickle, and immediately we're going to be seeing some walls here, because Russia is obviously, hint is in the name, they rush a lot. So Kynesie is going to put some walls up. And this is what I've got to remember to do as well. If I think I'm going to be rushed and I'm doing this strat, I think putting some walls up can be really helpful. And immediately, Kynesie going to be dropping the double War Hut card. Very popular card now to go for because of the changes to the travois with Inca. Before, you could get a travois from your age up. Well, hang on a minute. I've just noticed that Izad... Hold the phone. Izad immediately went for the 2 caravels as his first shipment in H2. And we are seeing the end, the demise of Kynesie's water play here. So that's very nice from Izad, picking that off. He must have scouted the dock earlier, but I didn't actually catch there. So he's going for 2 war huts, and it's going to be 5 vills straight after. Very kind of standard play that you now do. And I think I would probably put one out here or somewhere like that, and I think that's what he's going to do. Just so he can try and protect as much of the water as possible. Fishing boats have now come out of the dock, and they are going to be sent down to Davy Jones's locker, ladies and gents. They're going down, boys. There we go. So what do we see? Just further canchers, ladies and gents. Very straightforward. Still a few vills on food here. Not everybody on wood, I've noticed. And Izad here is now going to be going for the wood shipment. So I like that. Going with the 2 caravel straight into the 700 wood. I like it. Is going to be also herding this herd here to try and take control of the map more. And we see a batch of recruits coming in. So let's have a look at Kynesie here. It's going to just be going for the double Chimu. It's quite a good thing because early Russia struggle a lot with cav. Any kind of cav you can throw at Russia early on is devastating. And we can see now double Chimu. It was going to be another Chimu card behind, but we're going to be seeing the Chincha Brewing. So yeah, it's scary. But we do see 1 war hut here. I don't know where the other one is. Where is the other one? Oh, it's down this side. Okay, so yeah, trying to really take map control here, actually. Going to be venturing out. I quite like that. And Kynesie here. Let's have a look at Kynesie's vision. Got some good vision of the bottom side here with that war hut. Look at that vision. Beautiful. And now going to be running in a few Chimus on the north side. Also got some, on the south and north side now. Going to be going in like a little pincer maneuver here. Going to be managing to nab 1 villager. Fantastic. Is he going to be able to tally up another one? He's going to be coming down. What is he going to be seeing? Is he going to spot that dock? I'm very surprised that Izad has actually decided to go water himself, considering he hasn't really got any other kind of eco cards here. Are these Chimus? No, they're not. There's not enough. There isn't the critical mass of Chimus to deal with that. But what do we see here, ladies and gents? We do see some native TP play. We've got some conquistadors, which are good against cav, coming out. So they're going to be good against Cossacks, which Izad is, yep, he is training or getting the card in for the Cossacks. So the conquistadors are going to be a fantastic option there for Kynesie. So always thinking one step ahead. I'd never have thought to get that native TP. He could have got the one here actually on the south side. That would be probably a little bit better, but he's actually gone close to the one on the north side here. So he's going to have to defend that a little bit. And now we do see 700 coin coming into play. So this could be like an H3 here because you can kind of do a semi-FF with Inca. I quite like what he did here. He didn't actually fully overcommit with the canchers. He did, however, go for the Chincha Brewing, but he didn't max his canchers. And he's kind of just been a little bit reserved on the amount that he's got because he wants to save some time and get that gold in. And we can see that macro perfectly there. So remember, 700 coin, of course, 1,000 gold and 1,200 food gets you to H3. So he's perfectly macroed that, and he's going to be pulling in this hunt here. And we can see a little bit of raiding here, a little bit of nonsense from Kynesie. Going to try and throw Izad off here and distract him so he could try and age up, which is really nice. So trying to raid whilst aging up is always good. And now the age up is on. So he's going for the messenger, which is the fast age up. That is underway. And, oh, that's unfortunate. Did you see that herd? An absolute joke. Joke DE there. Herding that was a perfect herd to go back, and it went the complete opposite way. That was an absolute joke. Unfortunately, the Tambo here might be going down. Remember, with Inca, you automatically get upgraded TPs. That is one of the unique benefits with Inca. You get the TP that's called the Tambo. And you can see it does a little bit of ranged damage here. Not too much. And they are fortified a little bit as well. So now we do see further conquistadors. Going to try and get a batch out here before it's too late. They do cost food and gold. And that is pretty much what Kynesie's macro is on right now. Chimu Conquistador is kind of a crazy composition that kind of works. And we can see just solely food and gold now Kynesie is on. He's just left the 8 canchers. Not too worried about getting the extra 4 right now. Quite comfortable with the amount that he's got, which is interesting because I always thought, like, you've got to max those canchers. You've got to do it. That's what I always think when I play Inca. I've got to build them all. I've got to build them all. But that is a very greedy kind of strategy. And, you know, especially if you're against Russia or if you're against any civ that is going to try and rush you, or maybe even like a naked FF civ, going for the full cancher is kind of risky. It is kind of risky. But we are going to see the card, ladies and gents. Here it is. It is the Amara support here. The 7 Chasquays or Chaskis are going to be coming in. And they're going to be buffed to the brim, ladies and gents. 50% extra HP, 9 to all action damage, and also there's that build limit increase as well. We're going to be seeing that in action. And when they do come out, we're going to have just a little quick look at the unit. Are these Cossacks going to get caught out here? I don't know, but we do now see a nice sort of age 3 here from Izad. Look at Izad's score, ladies and gents. Overscoring here as Russia is a really good sign. He's doing fantastic. He's got the vet recruits on the way. And, yeah, he actually went for Spice Trade. I don't know actually when he went for that. But he's going for 1,000 wood. He's getting in... Wait, he's getting in this tech here, the Christian schools. We're going to have a look and see what that one is. I think it's over here as well. Is it? Let's have a quick look. Yes, Christian schools. Ah, it's the land villager build time. That's really good for Russia because Russia train their vills in batches. So 15% reduction is huge. And now we do see Chasquays. Now, Chasquays, they do come out of the TC. So you have to train them out of the TC, which means you are going to lose that, that villager time. But he has got the max limit here. And let's just do a quick pause, ladies and gents. Let's have a look at the Chasquays now. So the Chaskis here. They're 216 HP. They are regarded as shock infantry. So, basically, like, pike units are good. Dragoons are good at them. So, it's quite nice for Kynesie here because there isn't really any cav archers on the field yet. So, using these Chasquis is quite good. And we can see here they have bonus against mercenaries and guardians and also heroes. But you can see their base damage is 25. So 25 hand attack. Quite crazy. Considering the base damage is the same for Chimu's. So let's see what these are like. They have insane movement speed and some decent range resist as well. Better than Chimu's. Look how quick they are to really wrap up in that massive units here. And they are actually quite cheap. 40 wood and 40 coin. Very, very cheap. Chasquays are coming in. Or Chaskis. I keep saying Chasquays. Chaskis are coming in. Going to be doing some damage to the vills. They don't do a great deal of damage to the villagers, but they're going to try and get on top of the recruits here. They are upgraded. Chimus are going to try and get on top. Are the Chimus upgraded? Yes, they are. And now they're going to come in. Conquistadors for Izad is going to be good against the Chaskis. And now we do see the melee combat upgrade coming in now as well. And that does not apply to Chaskis. Does not apply to the Chaskis. And I think Izad here holding pretty well, to be honest. A nice little choke point here. Musketeers are going to do a great job here in melee because remember they are shock infantry. But they are getting through, you know. They're doing a semi-decent job here of getting through the Musketeers. Blockhouse does go down as well. But I think he's going to manage to hold here. However, that melee infantry combat card is really going to help with the Chimus here. Now they are really buffed. It did not buff the Chaskis. I did want to see if it did. Cossacks are on top. They are not upgraded, however, so the Chimus are going to actually do pretty darn well against them. Going to try and chase them down like an absolute swarm. Look how fast they are. 6.5 movement speed. Nearly as fast as a Cossack. Now another card available to Kynesie. What is Kynesie going to be going for here? Going for the 8 villagers. I do like the 8 villager card. It's very, very nice. Especially if you've been training Chaskis as well and you've not been able to make villagers. So getting 8 villagers is very nice. 9 Strelets on the way now for Izad. Got to try and see what he can do. Strelets are going to be amazing, though, against shock infantry. They're going to be able to get through them quite quickly. They don't really have a high amount of HP. Their melee attack isn't as amazing. So the Chaskis are going to be able to do quite well. And we can see another batch of 4 ready to go. And might I add, there's still only 8 Kanchas, ladies and gents. Still only 8. Now Plume Spearman coming in. And there's no Noble Hut yet. Not Noble Hut. What is it called? The Advanced War Huts. I can't remember the name of it. I'm so sorry. But there is not one of the Advanced War Huts yet. He's basically just running with the War Huts right now, which is quite common for Inca. And we can see Izad doing pretty well on the water, to be honest. He's got himself only 7 fishing boats, but really got loads in queue, ready to go. And unfortunately losing his sort of front base there, his forward base. So Kynesie starting to get that map control, which is really, really crucial. Really, really nice. You can see a cheeky little raid on the south side here. Kynesie's so good at those raids. Izad also good at raiding as well, but Kynesie definitely needs to do it if he's playing with the Chimus. And is he going to be able to get a villager here? No, he's not. But he is going to stop some mining. And the mass force is still just Chimu's Chaskis. Chaski. There we go. Chaski. What do you do, man? I do Chaski. Excuse me? Chimu Chaski, ladies and gents, with a sprinkling of pikemen. I must say, the Chimu pike combination is quite deadly. Because you can really plow them into cav, and they do a lot of damage. So, 2 center, 2 TC Travois coming out now, really booming. Going to be taking over the map even more now for Kynesie. He's on 47 villages. It's a sad sight. Izad is on mills right now, 41 villagers. That does include the fishing boats. So, Kynesie starting to overtake on the eco. Going to be engaging now with all of those melee infantry, with the upgrade as well. The recruits are just not going to be able to do too much here. They're all going to be going down. And the Strelets need to get the hell out of there because they do not want to mess with that. Chimus are going to easily be able to tear through those Strelets. And the Conquistadors are going to be okay here, though, however. They're going to do okay against the majority of these units. So Izad just needs to play this cool and use the Conquistadors as best he can. 13 Strelets are going to be popping out. There they are. They're going to try and get amongst it as well. And he's managed to hold pretty well. Doing a good job. 3 blockhouse fire. Remember, triple blockhouse fire here, ladies and gents. Very scary for anyone pushing into a Russian base. However, villagers are going to get harassed. Couple are going to go down. Fantastic job from Kynesie. And he's going to use the big button there. I'm not too sure what he's doing. I think that was a pathing issue. The Chimu's just running out, but they're going to get pretty much all annihilated. That was unfortunate. So, not a terrible engagement there. Izad losing quite a few villagers. 3 or 4 vills there. So that was quite nice from Kynesie. He's now got 50 villagers himself. And on top of that with the Kanchas, looking pretty good eco-wise here. And now going to be dropping a TC in the middle and on the north side. And the north side's quite nice because it offers some protection for the hunt here, for the mine, and also for the sea as well. So you can see the anti-ship. You can see that the range is increased. Anti-ship attack 40 range. And what we're seeing here from Kynesie, going to be going for the Chimu support card, a fantastic card. 20% HP bonus for Chimus. On top of that, he's got the melee infantry combat with the 15%. We have double-decked Chimus here, going to be underway very, very shortly. And he's going to try and get on top here. Conquistadors just need to focus on those Chimus as best they can. Still got the Chaskis in there, ladies and gents. Don't forget about those. They're shock infantry, as I mentioned. So he's just going to try and see how much he can do here. But at some point, the Chimus are going to get so buffed that they're actually going to do okay against heavy infantry. But unfortunately, it's not right now. I don't think Kynesie had the mass there for that engagement. I think got a little bit overconfident. And he's just going to pile in more Chaskis. They do train very fast, I must say. Look how fast they train. Kind of scary. And obviously, he's now got another TC that can create them. There, remember, there's only a build limit. Oh, there's a build limit of 18 on them. And now we do see the Chimus here. The Chaskis are really good for snaring. Going to be able to get on top of the army here. And now the Chimus funneling in. But they are going to back off. They're going to do a nice pull trick there and back off. So, Kynesie feeling pretty good about himself. He hasn't got full cancers yet. He's not even... I don't know whether he's going to start to build them to improve his eco here. I think he might have been. I think that might have just... No, it's not. No, he's just going to continue doing what he's doing. 58 villagers. 3 TCs now pumping out vills. It's looking pretty good for him. Izad, on the other hand here, let's have a quick look. 49 villagers only on the 1 TC. Does have the water control, however, which is quite nice. So 13 fishing boats on the water. But yeah, I think really the next plan for Izad is kind of just to go Conquistador with the Musketeers and then maybe think about Cav Archers. Cav Archers is a good plan because he's only got a build limit on the Conquistadors. He has got 24 though. That's quite a lot of Conquistadors. So he is unfortunately going to be losing this native TP. So maybe might want to think about potentially going for a stable, getting some Cav Archers. That could be a shout. He does have the good old cavalry combat. That could be quite nice. I think the cavalry combat will apply to the Conquistador. So that would be quite nice. And yeah, maybe go for refrigeration as well, because he's probably going to need that for his mills. And also, I believe that applies to fishing boats as well. It doesn't, actually. No, of course it doesn't. So no, it's not going to apply to that. No, he's going to be getting the artificial fertilizer, getting the upgrade on the mills. And now he's got the Falcons. An interesting choice, the Falcons. I'm not too sure. I mean, there are actually now a lot of bowmen, I must say. We do now see a bit of a switch in composition going for the bowmen here. Now, I don't know if Kynesie is going to go for the advanced war hut. If he's going to bother with that, or whether he's just going to continue H2. I think probably with the amount of Chimus, I think he's just going to dive straight in. And here's the pathing, ladies and gents, the pathing that you hate. Chimus always find a way. And there we go. They've found it. And they've managed to get a Chimu in there. Nearly got the second Falconet down there. And now the Chimus are just going to be able to get on top of the Conquistadors. Izad not pulling them back at all. They're going to perish. And now there's no Falcons, which mean that the Jungle Bowmen can rain down upon the Musketeers here. Going to be cleaning them up. Pretty decisive right now for Kynesie. A fantastic engagement for him. And now Izad is just on a double recruiting. We see double batch underway, but I don't think there's much else Izad can really do at this point. I'm feeling a GG, ladies and gents. We do see a war hut here on this side. Oh, no, there's some settlers here. 4 settlers are going to be going down. And Kynesie absolutely dominating the map here. And he hasn't even built an advanced war hut, ladies and gents. Going for the Carrere, which is the upgrade for the Jungle Bowman. We see it. We don't see any sort of foundry here, so no more Falconets are going to be made. The stable is eventually going down, but I think it was a little bit late. I think going Cav Archer would have been nice with the Musketeers rather than the Conquistadors. I just don't think it was enough. I think maybe focused a little bit more on the Cav Archer. Might would have done pretty well, but there is the GG. There we go, ladies and gents. I hope you really enjoyed this. Looking at the Chaskis and how they kind of play here, I don't know how much of an impact they have. I think coupled with the quick training time, which was kind of crazy, they train really quickly. And also, they're really good kind of meat shield unit. We can see that, they only cost 40 wood, 40 coin. They act as a great snaring unit as well. And of course, you can use them to raid. They don't do a great deal of damage to villagers. They only do, I don't even know. I can't even do quick maths on that. But they do 6 damage to a villager. And if you look at a villager, a villager has hand attack of 10. So, yeah, they're not going to be a great kind of raiding unit. They are going to be great at distracting. They're great at snaring. They're great at being a meat shield. But overall, their damage is not that insane. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking rubbish. Of course, let me know down in the comments below what you think. We do now finally see a cancer going down now. The 9th one going down at 23 minutes into the game. And it just shows you that you don't have to do the full cancer boom. It's not 100% necessary. If you think you're going to be rushed, if you think that maybe there's going to be like a very strong fast fortress timing, you don't have to overcommit to building so many cancers. We can see that Kynesie, the card order was 3 villagers. He then went straight into the double war hut for safety, then the 5 villagers, and then actually went for the Chincha brewing into 700 coin. And then he basically aged up. And with those 2 war huts, he created a few batches of Chimus, used those to kind of distract and stuff. And I guess he could have adapted. If there was a real sort of age 2 play from Izad, and it was a lot more, he could have just stayed in age 2. He could have stayed in age 2. If he did have a wood shipment, he could have shipped it. He could have just shipped some units here. Obviously gone for the infantry attack, the infantry hit points. There's many other routes that Kynesie could have gone. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about this. Are you going to utilize the Amara support card? The Chaski kind of buff card where you can create 15 of them. They get extra HP and damage. Of course, let me know down in the comments below. And I'll catch you in the next video or the next stream. Catch you later, guys. Bye.